new Ebbsfleet United manager, welcome to the Cufflink Stadium. I'm guessing it's been a whirlwind day or two for you. Have you had the chance to sort of catch your breath and take a look around and gather your new surroundings?
Yeah, first of all, delighted to be here. Brilliant setup, unbelievable platform for the staff and the players to have a real go in the league. Just walking around and seeing the facility, meeting the staff first of all. So yeah, really excited to be here and kick on.
Yeah, and how quickly has this all moved for you? I mean, can you tell us how you sort of ended up at Ebbsfleet United?
Well, look, it's definitely not a situation where it's something that's come on my radar just as of Monday. I think, knowing Damien as long as I have, he's a careful, considerate individual, and we've spoken before, and I'm aware of the gravitas of this club, and I'm aware of the playing squad, and I've watched the games, and it's something that's I've taken into big consideration over the last few days, and haven't taken it lightly. Really thought about it, but I think it's a great move.
Yeah, and you've had a lot of different experiences from academy and development coaching. You've managed in the USL Championship in the States and to working with Glasgow Rangers as well. Can you just tell us a bit about your career and experience to date? Yeah,
as you say, it's been varied. I've tried to do my apprenticeship and do it the right way. Putting the hours in academy football, more locally through your Chelseas, your West Hams, your Millwalls, etc. And then got the opportunity to manage at 30 years of age over in the States. I wasn't frightened to travel. And then after a 2-year period there, which was really successful, got the call to come back and be a coach at Queen's Park Rangers, first of all in the Championship, where we had a really successful short period of 25 games, got them to the top of the league there, and then was taken up to Glasgow Rangers, which again is an unbelievable football club, great privilege to work there, and again had a great time working in the Scottish Premiership and in Europe, Champions League, Europa League, etc.
And do you have a footballing philosophy in the way that you like to play the game and the way you like to set your teams up to play that way?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, the energy and the enthusiasm from the group, particularly from the game that we see Tuesday night, was a massive bonus and a massive plus, because everything that we do has to be about that. It has to be the guarantees that we can show the fans that that's the bare minimum. We want to defend from the front and attack from the back. That's going to be super important to how we play. But for me, it was really important to align myself with a football club that allows me to bring that to the table, for us to play football in how I see it as the right way to be played, front foot, aggressive, attacking football, where we're spending a lot of time in the opposition's box.
Yeah. And you've got a history in player development, as you discussed there earlier. Is that something you'll be looking at long term, bringing through young players in a division that a lot of players have progressed through and gone on to better things?
Yeah, for sure. I think all players. I think all the way from the skipper, all the way down to the youngest player in the squad. I want to develop people. That's the most important thing, is really watering the grass with the individuals, getting to know them as men first. I think we've got a fantastic setup here for young players to, first of all, either sign for us on a loan to see what we're about, but be here longer term and develop and move them on to the higher levels of football.
And you've achieved many of your coaching badges at a very young age. I think you got your UEFA licences, one of the youngest in England. The route to management these days, it's a very varied one. It's not just about that traditional player route. Has it been an ambition of yours to sort of take on a first team management role ever since you came in at that young age?
Yeah, absolutely. I think what I've tried to do is I've tried to take the right opportunities at the right time. I think the opportunity to go and manage in America was really important for me, living away from home. Managing around 60 games there was a great experience, dealing with all different facets of managing media, managing travel, picking the team, coaching the team on a daily basis with quite limited staff, to be honest. And then timing that in with the right time to go and be an assistant again in the Championship and in the Scottish Premiership. But the ambition is always to lead and be at the forefront of those big decisions, and taking a group of people towards a common goal is something that I really want to do.
Yeah, and there's a lot of experienced players here at the Fleet. What are your impressions of the squad you'll be working with, and how familiar are you with them, and where the improvements can be made?
Well, look, first of all, I was here Tuesday, wanted to watch the game in person, and I was really pleasantly, I don't want to use the word surprised, but what I see on the pitch, the product I see on the pitch, the commitment, the honesty, the work rate, coupled with the quality, I was really, really happy with that, and it's given me a bounce coming in today. I've obviously watched the team quite a lot, got used to names and people, and obviously meeting everybody. Look, I'm just really excited to be here and again, just help try and improve and take this group up the table.
Yeah, and you come in mid-September, so it's still very, very early in the season. That point on Tuesday night got us back within touch, within one win of the teams above you. So it's a challenge, but it's not a daunting challenge, is it?
That's a beautiful challenge. Pressure's a privilege in this game. If you're expected to do something, it's because you're in a position where people expect you to do good things because you've shown that before. I think this group of people have shown at the back end of last season with the fantastic work they did to get out of the trouble they was in. I think they've shown that they're capable and they're able. And again, I think Tuesday night was a major marker laid down for the bare minimum that I'll be expecting to see from everyone. Yeah,
you mentioned that Tuesday night performance and how encouraged you were. I guess it's difficult to get an impression just from that, but is it a confidence thing, or do you think there's more to it than that to improve?
Absolutely more to it. I have to credit the captain. I thought he managed the game impeccably well, got his substitutions spot on, really managed the momentum of the game for us in terms of keeping the foot on the throat. I thought we were the better team. It was one of those games where it could have been 4 or 5. The ball just didn't drop and bounce in the right direction. But for me, the performance is the big indicator of where we're going to go. Sometimes you can nick a 1-0 and not be very good, and you know that there's a defeat in the post. Whereas looking at everybody's body language, everyone's intent on the pitch, how they were covering every blade of grass, really gave me huge belief. And again, I have to credit the captain for that, and the senior players that were in the changing room that helped that suffice out on the pitch.
Yeah, and this may be a bit of a premature question for you, you haven't got your training ground boots on, but what will be your first tasks in getting the team playing with the confidence that's been lacking and getting them playing the way you want them to?
I think I have to create clarity. Clarity is the big word that I'll always speak about with the players and with the staff. I need the players to be in the tunnel and be bigger than the opposition in terms of their confidence of the game plan. I think that I've put together a fantastic management team behind me that will help me do that and will elevate, you know, the ideas that we put forward together. Ultimately, the players have got to cross the white line and carry that out. So it's about people not having any doubt whatsoever and understanding how we win and how we beat the opposition.
And we mentioned you certainly travelled about, you've worked in Scotland and the USA, but you're a Londoner, you've worked with Chelsea, Millwall, West Ham. So I'm guessing you know the area, you know the kind of football you're coming into. So you're not coming into it cold, you have the knowledge of this level.
Yeah, absolutely. Know the level really well. Know 4 or 5 of the playing staff here already, having worked with them as younger players. Also, Kurz has worked with quite a few of them as well. So we're not coming in cold. We've had a fantastic day on Wednesday, learning about each other. Players have had the day off, so it's a really good day to get round and, as I keep saying, water the grass. But yeah, really understand the level, really understand the squad, and understand the challenge.
Yeah, and your backroom staff includes David Kerslake, as you mentioned there, John Cotton, who's been at Charlton. What's your relationship with them like, and what will they be bringing to your management and to the squad? I'm
a massive believer in you have to understand what you are. You have to employ your weaknesses. An expert hires an expert. There's things that I'm not going to be so good at that Kurz will help with or John will help with, but it's a balance. I think we complement each other. I think we all share really similar values as human beings, and I think we're all extremely hungry to make this work. And I think ultimately that's what the club deserves. They deserve individuals to come in, work extremely hard and extremely smart, and help the team climb up the table. I'm very, very lucky to have those two with me.
Yeah, and finally, the Harleypool Game is only 2 days away. How pleased are you to be able to do it at home in front of the home fans rather than in some far-flung corner of England?
Well, I don't want to tempt fate, but it's the perfect week in terms of a lead-in. Like I say, Wednesday coming in, allowing the staff to find their feet, and then it will be Thursday, Friday that we'll plan the game plan towards trying to win the game of football. And we've just got to make sure that we're prepared for all eventualities to get those 3 points.
Yeah. Thank you, Harry. Welcome to the club, and I hope it's a long and happy reign for you.
Thank you.